So the first Strangers movie from 2008 is one of my favorite slashers of all time, especially how brutal and relentless it is. It is a movie that doesn't really give you a happy ending exactly, and the tension and suspense is unmatched in the later movies. But the sequel from 2018 was fun, even though it didn't reach the original movie's levels. Then we had to wait until last year with The Strangers Chapter 1, which I really didn't think was a good movie at all. It was the original movie being remade, kind of, but much more stupid. Very stupid characters, much more stupid than the original characters, even though those weren't that smart. So I was very disappointed in it. It wasn't awful, but it wasn't good either. So I didn't really know what to expect from chapter 2, because the first chapter wasn't that good, so I was kind of expecting disappointment with this one, and I did get it. And wow, was this movie not good again. I don't know why it's that hard to make a good Strangers movie. They announced this trilogy years ago, and I was very excited about that news. But after the 2 chapters now in this trilogy, I just feel they have ruined the whole concept of the Strangers. Particularly with this movie, because in this movie basically nothing at all happens. There is no story that drives the story forward. There are no story beats. There are just events that just happen. Most of the time randomly. Nothing of consequence. The main character here, Maya, she just gets chased by these strangers. She just runs, and it's a big chasey. The movie is a big chasey. That is what the whole movie is about. And it just feels like filler to the Chapter 3 movie. The movie is just repetitive. She gets chased, they find her, she hides, they find her again, she hides again, she runs from them, they find her, and that's the movie over and over again. Except for the last 15 minutes. Because that's where some reveals happen. Stupid reveals, but reveals nonetheless. The issues from the first movie play into this one. Because in chapter 1 we got characters that we just don't care about what happens. They had bad dialogue, bad decisions, they were stupid, they were badly written. So when we get to chapter 2, those issues are still there. But it's made worse here because there's no story. Even though in chapter 1 they took the original and basically remade it in a much more stupid way, it had a story, it had a clear story. This is just a bunch of running and hiding and some occasional unexpected fights with some kind of animals, which I won't spoil here. But it is definitely stupid and out of place. One big issue with this movie is the main character. She's very stupid. She makes a lot of bad decisions, stupid decisions. You can't really root for someone that had several chances to prevent some of the events in the movie. Easily avoided situations, and she just makes the worst decision you can ever think of in this situation. And of course, this is fiction. You have to go along with it to some extent. You can't really apply real life situations with movie situations and fictional situations. And that's where context comes in, because There is a difference between applying real-life situations into a movie and the context of a scene and the context of the story in the movie. But here, even on scene-by-scene basis and story basis, she's really stupid. The character is really stupid. I get that she panics, and many people would panic in this situation, but still she had many opportunities to make her situation in the movie a lot better. And the rest of the characters are very thinly written too. They do try to do some interesting things, but they don't ever get developed enough for there to be a payoff. There are definitely scenes that work. One or two maybe. And Madeleine Petsch, she's good in the movie. She gives a good performance. It is the character that is badly written. And the movie visually looks great. Great cinematography and great production design. All these sets that this story takes place in look great. And the camera work and cinematography tells the story in a very visually striking way. But there's just no story. And I don't feel excited about Chapter 3 at all. I will definitely see it because I want to see where this ends, even though I don't think it will end well. From seeing these both chapters, I really wish they didn't touch the Strangers franchise at all. It would have been better leaving it at 2 movies than doing this, because this just feels so empty and cynical, because it feels like they just picked up this franchise because it's known and fans of the first movie and the second movie, they respect these 2 movies. And the studio wanted to make a quick buck. And box office wise, it's failing. But I'm pretty sure they can make their money back through streaming deals and so on. But after this, I just hope they don't really touch this franchise again unless they have something very, very good. It's again one of the biggest disappointments of the year for me, even though I knew it going in, based on the first chapter. But I wanted to give this a chance because the trailers looked interesting. But I was wrong. I really hope Chapter 3 turns out to be fantastic, but it doesn't look that way. But at least give us something better than Chapter 1 and 2. And I really do hope that Renny Harlin can give us that. I did read somewhere that Chapter 3 will be released early next year. And I hope it gets released as soon as possible so that we can end this. Because it has sort of been a pain to watch these first 2 chapters. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Also don't forget to smash the bell icon so that you don't miss any of my future videos. This has been Phantom Frame. Thank you so much for watching.